Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this is Anisha. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoy this video. Spending time with God is the most important part in our life. Sitting with Him, resting in Him, and getting refreshed in His presence is the most important thing in our life. When God created Adam, He wanted to have fellowship with Him. God wanted to have a personal relationship with Him. God wants to talk with us, to spend time with us, but the business of this world has made a lot of changes in our life. Running here and there to fix things, to check things off our checklist. The routines and everything has occupied a lot of space in our life. Are we spending intentional time with God? Are we sitting at the feet of Jesus? Or are we just running around and then just praying or spending time with God only when we get a chance, which is not consistent? God is waiting so that He can spend more time with you. He is already available. He is available each and every moment. But He's waiting for you to come and sit with Him and have that fellowship with Him. He's longing for your fellowship. Are you the one who is busy always running here and there and who is focusing on getting things done rather than sitting in the presence of Jesus? It sounds more like me. Do you want to know what God longs for? Do you want to know how to do that in His presence? We could see that in one instance when Jesus went to Mary and Martha's house. Mary sat at Jesus' feet and was ready to listen to the words that Jesus had to say. But Martha was busy running here and there, getting things ready, setting things up. But when Martha got overwhelmed and frustrated, she came to Jesus and says, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do all the things by myself?" And she says, "Jesus, tell her to help me." Until now, Jesus did not say anything to Martha, even though He might have noticed that Martha was running here and there. But when she was overwhelmed and frustrated and was also complaining to Jesus, He said, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen the good part and it will not be taken from her." He said, "It is better to sit at my feet like Mary and to listen to what I have to say." Because Jesus did not come there to be served. He wanted to serve. He wanted to pour into the lives of Martha and Mary. Because Jesus is not any normal person. He is God. He wants us to receive what He has to say. We could see many discussions going on. Are you like Mary or are you like Martha? Martha versus Mary. Some say Martha's character is good in one way and some say no, Mary is the better one. What do you think that Jesus wants us to be doing? Jesus said Mary has chosen the best part. There might be a lot of things to settle and Martha would have wanted everything to be in perfect condition. Martha's character might be hospitality and she wanted everything to be perfect for Jesus and Jesus was okay with that. But when she came complaining, that was a bad attitude. When you just serve God without sitting at His feet and receiving from Him, you won't be able to do it in His fullness. When you receive from Jesus and you're full of Jesus and then go out and serve and do the things for Jesus, then you won't have a complaining attitude. Your hearts will be filled with His love and the service that you are doing will be out of His love. Paul says, God's love compels me to do this. It was not out of his effort or the compulsion by a lot of people around that Paul did his ministry, but it was God's love that was inside his heart, made him to do the things that he did for God out of God's love. You might have experienced such a thing when you invite a lot of people to your house. Since you are the host, you have to make sure that everything is set up and ready, and when there is any request for something, then you go to fulfill it. But when you are filled with God's love and do that as a ministry, then you won't have a space to complain. But when you see other people in your household sitting and enjoying with the guest who is there and not coming to help, it won't be a big matter to you because you'll know that out of love for that guest you are doing and you won't expect anyone's help. But when you feel that you are overwhelmed and frustrated, it is better for you to just drop what you are doing and go and do the things that you want to do. We could see in the Bible that Martha is mentioned in 3 instances. One instance is when Jesus came to Mary and Martha's house. The second was when Lazarus died. Even before Lazarus died, when Lazarus was sick, Martha and Mary sent word to Jesus because they have seen a lot of miracles that Jesus did. So they trusted that Jesus will be able to heal Lazarus. But then when the news went to Jesus, he did not go immediately. He waited. It was 4 days now that Lazarus had died and he was kept inside the tomb. Now Jesus comes with his disciples. So when Martha heard that Jesus was coming, even before Jesus reached the house, she rushed out to meet Jesus. And Martha says to Jesus, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But Jesus said that her brother will rise again. And Martha says, yes, Lord, I know that he will rise again at the last days. Jesus said, I am the resurrection and life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Jesus asked to Martha, do you believe this? And she replied that, yes, I believe, Lord. And she also told that, I know that you are the Messiah. After having this conversation with Jesus, Martha rushes back and tells Mary that Jesus is here. We could see that Martha went to meet Jesus, but Mary stayed home. Some say that Mary was grieved and she stayed back home. Some say that she believed that Jesus will come and heal Lazarus. Since Jesus did not come, Mary was sad, so she stayed back home. We do not know what the reason was, but we could see the Bible states that when Martha came back and told Mary that the Lord is here, Mary went immediately. So what I believe is Mary might not have got the word that Jesus was here. Martha might have got it first and went first, met Jesus and came back and told Mary. So as soon as Mary heard that Jesus is here, she went immediately. And then when she went to Jesus, she told the same words that Martha had told Jesus. Lord, if you were here, my brother would not have died. And she fell at the feet of Jesus. Even here, many say that it's an act of worship, or some say that it's because of the grief. Jesus goes to the tomb and then he says the people to roll the stone away. But now Martha comes in again, saying that, Lord, it's 4 days since Lazarus was inside. And the smell might be stinky, the place might stink. Earlier she said that, Lord, I believe that you are the Messiah. She comes back to Jesus again within a few minutes, not believing that Jesus will be able to do it. Wow. Just few minutes back she had a personal conversation with Jesus. When Jesus said, I am the resurrection and life, she said that I believe that. And she said, I believe you are the Messiah. And the third instance, we could see a change in Martha. When Jesus came back and had a dinner at Simon the leper's house, we can see that Martha was serving and Lazarus was reclining at the table with Jesus. Mary brings a costly perfume and pours it on Jesus' feet and washes his feet with her hair. At this point, we can see that Martha was not complaining. We can see that she was still serving. Martha was content and she did not complain. She believed fully that Jesus is the Messiah. Now she was doing the act of serving with her whole heart, filled with Jesus' love. We could see a change in Martha. When we have a personal relationship with Jesus, when we encounter Jesus, and when we believe in Him and be filled with Jesus' love, then we will be able to serve Him better. Serving is not a bad thing. Serving is a good thing, but there has to be balance between serving and spending time with Jesus. When Jesus comes to your house, what will you do? Will you invite Him into your house and then start serving Him, or sit with Him and receive from Him and listen to Him what He has to say to you? It's okay to serve, but first comes sitting in the presence of Jesus, sitting with Jesus and having that conversation with Him. Once we have received everything from the Lord, once we have spent time with Jesus, then we can go out and serve. So receive from God, receive from Jesus. So in this fast, busy life where we have a lot of things to do, how can we spend time with Jesus? Are there any practical ways that we can do? The first is to intentionally make time to sit with Jesus, to plan, to carve out some time to sit with Jesus. The first thing in the morning is the best thing. In the freshness of our heart, in the freshness of the day, it's good to spend time with Jesus. But you need not be legalistic. Whatever time is good for you, it might be in the morning or afternoon or night. If you have kids, after putting the kids to sleep, or when they are engaged with something, or after the kids go to school. If you are working, then whatever time may be the best for you, make it intentional. It's not based on how many hours we spend with Jesus. First comes the quality. How focused, how intentional, how deep is our relationship with Jesus. And the second one is, whenever you get time, you might be driving to your work and there might be traffic. You can listen to worship songs and worship Him. There are a lot of resources available, or you can listen to them while cooking. You can listen to them while doing your yard work. Whatever time you get, when you are intentional in spending time with Jesus, with all these advancements in the technology, it's just not on Sundays that we praise Jesus. It's not on Sundays that we listen to God's word. We can listen to that each and every second. Just in a click of a button, everything is available. The main question is, are we making time to sit in the presence of Jesus? Are we ready to make change in a schedule and give first preference to Jesus? Because He is readily available to listen what we have to say. Are we spending time with Him to listen what He has to say, which is really important? The personal relationship is not just one-way conversation, it's two-way communication. We speak, He listens, then He speaks and we listen. It only works that way. So we can be intentional and we know how to make time for everything else, right? So I'm sure that each and every one of us know how to make time for God too. God comes first and other things comes next. Are you already practicing these things, or are you planning carve some time to spend time with Jesus? Let me know in the comments below. If this message has blessed you, share it with your friends and make sure to subscribe. Have a blessed day. God bless you.